Hey, nobody knows. Just you and me.
All right. Well, if you all can hear me now, I'm actually live now. So I thought I was earlier. So I was sitting here telling everybody good morning and got through all of my good mornings to everybody that's in here so far, and then realized that I wasn't live. So I'll go through them again. So it looks like Danny Days Ahead is in here, or Danny Days Homestead. Sorry, I was thinking about Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. So good morning, Danny, Eric from Kansas, and Dean Family Acres. Got Chuck in here. Looks like you made it home safe. I assume it's Chuck. It might be Belinda too. We got Cody in here at Hog Deer 79. Cody, I commented on the video of yours, that monster deer you shot. What did that end up scoring? Just curious. I assume it's over 200 inches would be my guess. Everybody's telling everybody good morning in here this morning. And got Chris and Larry Homestead in here. Good morning. I watched your video there. It's nice seeing all the new little plants coming up in the garden, and that solar oven's kind of got me a little intrigued. I may have to look into one of those, and it's just another thing that we'd have to figure out how to use. So, Julia Wolf, good morning. 201, Cody says. That's a heck of a deer, Cody. The biggest one I've shot was this year, and it scored, I think, right at little over 162. I've got a deer behind the house here that's in the mid 170s this year. We found his match sheds this year, and he's a big one. He was actually bedded under my tree stand Christmas morning, and Jessica wouldn't let me go hunting the evening of Christmas because it was on Christmas. So even though it was behind the house, but momming with Charity. Good morning, Charity. How are you this morning? A little homestead by the beach. Chuck, thank you for dropping those links and stuff in there. Appreciate that. Cody, 162 was a big deer for me. That was the biggest one I'd shot so far. He was the #1 deer on my hit list this year on the lease. So unfortunately, we lost that lease, though. The guy sold the property. We had it for a year and lost it. So kind of bummed about that. But everybody's still saying good morning. Got 12 people in here this morning. Hey, good morning, Jesse and Lisa.
Why don't you drop your link again?
So Control V. See if I can do this without Jessica here. And then what do? I hit Control V. Good morning, Tim. Tiny Tim Posse. I'm trying to figure out how to drop this link again. If any of y'all want to show up, we dropped it earlier, but I can't figure it out. What'd you hit? Oh, this. I hit that. Okay, Command V. Okay. So there's the link. If anybody wants to come on this morning and visit a little bit, we just wanted to get on here and kind of, after being in Danny's live yesterday, there was several people in there talking about rabbits and stuff and wanting to maybe get started. I know Danny, I think she said she never had rabbit before, but it's definitely a easy animal to raise, and we really like the meat. Jesse, thanks for dropping links and stuff this morning too. Appreciate that. If I get behind on comments and stuff, guys, I'll try to catch up. I don't have Jessica in here this morning helping. She's got work to do. She's going to be sitting over here at her other desk working, but she'll kind of be back and forth, I think, a little bit. So Bare Bones Living, good morning. What was your name again? I can't remember. I remember where you're from, and I know we're going to try to get you guys on a live with us soon. What?
Her name's
Amanda. Jessica says her name is Amanda. So appreciate you stopping in, and she just posted it too. So, but yeah, if any of y'all want to jump on, feel free, click that link, come up, and we'll pull you up and say hi to everybody, introduce yourselves, and
Hey, make sure that everyone in your live chat has subbed to Chuck's channel. I think we got a lot of our people from him, but
I say, yeah, if any of you guys, all these links that Jesse and Chuck are throwing up, if you aren't subscribed to them already, your mom's in here. She says, don't tell her if you ever feed her that rabbit. You'd be surprised, Becky. It's really good, especially if we do it like like you would do pulled pork. It's really good just as a shredded rabbit with barbecue sauce on it on a sandwich. Dean Family Acres says we had pet rabbits and squirrels when he was a kid. It's two things they just can't get himself to try. Yeah, if they were that way, I may not try them either. But I kind of have to I get to do the dispatching and stuff. Jessica and the kids and stuff. I don't know that I would make them do that. So I do that part of it. Jessica does help skin them though. So morning, Steven at Boots and Bounty. You snuck in on me there a little bit up above there, and I didn't see it until somebody else told you hi. So I apologize. Keep my foot off the table here, and I'll quit shaking the computer so you guys won't see that. So looks like we got Cody down here. We'll see if I can bring him in.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Morning, Cody. I can't see you there, but
you can't see me?
No, I can't see you. I can hear you.
I can see him. Hold on.
Jessica says she can see you.
Okay, because I was about to say I can see myself. And I never can figure out which way to move.
I just say the camera can be a little tricky. Hold on one second. She's trying to figure this thing out to pull you up.
You just may not be able to see him because I can see him on my phone. So
well, last time we could see Gary and Cindy over at Pathways when they got on there.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, you sound like me. I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out.
He's on there though. So.
Okay, well, if somebody else, I'll pull you up on my phone so at least I feel like I'm talking to you.
Right.
That way I can see you. Oh, there he is.
Okay. Cool. So. Yeah, I'm about to. I'm putting some glue on one right now. I'm about to pull one over and mount one. So.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a live tomorrow. Me mounting a deer again at 11.
Okay. Yeah.
So if anybody's wanting to come see somebody mount a deer, you can come check it out. So
now, when do you normally do your lives? When do you normally do your lives, Cody?
Well, I've done 3 so far, and seems like kind of right around the middle of the day seems to be pretty good. So right around like 11 Central.
I was on yours the other day, and you were painting a bunch of them up.
Painting, so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. People seem to be kind of interested. It's kind of cool. So
yeah, it's neat the people that'll get on there and support you, and no matter, it doesn't seem, no matter what you're doing, it seems like somebody's always going to be in there a little bit. So
yeah, no, it's kind of cool just to see that somebody's interested. That wasn't really the taxidermy wasn't really going to be my main thing on my channel, but initially, but then now it seems like that's what's working. So we're going to go with it.
See, I don't know why you won't come up on my computer. Everybody else says they see you just fine, but it
see me just fine. Yeah.
For some reason won't come up there. But now that deer you shot, now is that a lease that you've had for a long time, or did you?
So that is a lease that I've been on for 3 years.
Okay.
So anybody that knows Texas knows that there's a lot of game ranches and stuff like that. Well, that deer got off of the game ranch next to us because of a windmill fire. And that's the only reason deer don't get that big in Texas on their own. So that's the only reason why he got that large. And then I was just fortunate enough to get him.
Was
So,
he off of he wasn't off of like a high fence ranch, was he?
He was, yeah.
He was?
Yeah. And he lived on our property for like 10 months.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
escaped and you got a good opportunity.
Yes, exactly. So that's the only reason why I got him, because other than him, my next biggest deer is right at 150 that I shot with my bow.
Okay. Was that 13 point?
That was the 13 point. Yep. And then
Okay.
the big bodied one that said 4 years, I hunted for him. That was a really large deer. That deer field dress was like right at 200 pounds, which is big for Texas.
That's a big deer for Texas. I've hunted Texas one time back in 2011. Me and my father-in-law went down there and hunted on some ranch down around Uvalde, Texas.
Uvalde, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I ended up shooting a deer that they said was 160 to 170 inch deer. Once they ended up scoring him, he was like 130 and an eighth. And I'm like, that was a little off.
Right. Yeah, yeah. What did that end up weighing?
The weight on that deer field dress was 130 pounds.
I was gonna guess 135. Yes.
And I told him, so I've got does here in Missouri that weigh more than that.
Yes, yes. Well, that's very unique because so south of I-20, the deer are typically smaller bodied, but north of I-20, they're larger. And so that's where these larger bodied deer, we kind of start getting into that Kansas Midwest genetics a little bit. You know, so.
I was gonna say, it looked like them deer you were shooting were significantly larger bodied than what we were seeing down there in South Texas.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of open farm country. I call it Texas Panhandle-ish area.
Your mom,
so
she's asking.
Oh, you're busted.
Here.
Hold on.
All right, well, I've got a new coffee cup that my mother-in-law made me, and she's asking where it's at. So Jessica's gonna run and get that real quick. I'm sitting here drinking out of one of my other ones, but
oh, that's funny. So
she made us some nice little coffee cups for the Homestead channel and stuff. And
oh, cool. So everybody's got to go check out your video of you talking about eating rabbit.
Come on, can you see it?
I'm gonna say, if you got the lights kind of hitting it a little bit wrong, I'm trying to figure out which way to go to.
Yeah, you're like me. You never know.
Anyway, there it is. It's got like a barn tin background, and then it's got our logo on it. So
that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, I like that video you talking about the side effects of eating a rabbit. That's a funny one. That's funny.
Give me buck teeth and stuff.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. I just thought I'd come up here and say hi. And
I appreciate you coming on, saying hi, and
yeah, you bet. And I'll keep listening while I'm here working.
You said tomorrow you're going to go live?
Tomorrow at 11 Central. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So,
I'll be sure to check it out.
It'll be semi-long because it takes about 2.5 hours. So.
Okay.
So, you know, there'll be a minute, you know, that I'll probably be jabbering just like we do in Texas. You know, like Chuck says, it takes me 15 minutes to say goodbye. So, so well, cool. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me.
You have a good one, Cody.
Hey, you too, man.
If y'all haven't checked out Cody's channel, go on over there and check it out. I think they threw his link up there earlier. Eric from Kansas says, "What's Cody's channel?" It's Hog Deer 79, Eric. Chuck says, same here, north of I-20, larger, smaller, south is smaller. Charity says, hi, Jessica. Did I miss the raising rabbits and chicken part? No, you did not miss that part. We've just been kind of visiting a little bit and talking about other stuff. So you haven't missed anything on the rabbits or anything. If you guys have questions on how to raise rabbits or anything specific on that, or chickens, post it in the comments there and we'll see if we can answer that for you. Hey, Backlash. Good morning. Multi-Hunter 247. So some of you guys kind of snuck in on me while I was visiting there with Cody this morning, so I apologize.
I think there was quite a bit of interest on raising rabbits. You might want to share kind of what you've learned and how it's going.
If I missed your questions, I'm going to go back here and see if I can find if there was any questions on the rabbits and stuff. Jessica said that there was quite a bit of interest
No.
on it, but
On Chuck.
on Chuck's.
Yeah, when we did his live, there was quite a bit of interest.
Oh, okay. So what do the rabbits taste like? So the best way I can explain what they taste like, Amanda, is everybody says everything tastes like chicken. But honestly, the rabbit tastes very similar to chicken. The difference is the texture. Yeah, dark meat chicken is what Chris and Larry says. It's very, very similar to that. The texture is a little bit different, but when you do it like the pulled pork where Jessica made it in the Instapot and did a shredded rabbit out of it, it was really good. I couldn't even really tell the difference in the texture of it then. So, but to me, it tastes very similar to chicken. Spring Meadow Farm and Garden needs someone that will harvest them.
The chickens or
the rabbits or the chickens or both. So, you know, the chickens, Dean Family Acre says chickens are the gateway animal for sure. Yeah, chickens are what most people will lean towards first as the gateway animal. We actually brought the chickens and the rabbits on the homestead at the same time, but it was, for me, you know, the chickens are really easy, but the chickens for us actually require a little bit more work than the rabbits do. So for us, I would say the rabbits are our gateway animal if I had to pick one. Neither one of them are super hard, but the rabbits are just a little bit, they're a lot easier, you know, the cleanup and stuff. It's just a lot easier cleaning out the rabbit area out there, the rabbit coop versus the chicken coops. Because Jessica, she likes to keep the chicken coops clean. She'll go in and clean them every couple of months, usually pull all the bedding out and everything. And then she kind of dusts it all off in there and wipes it down the best she can to kind of sanitize it with some vinegar water and stuff, which she did a video on cleaning the chicken coops. But the rabbits and stuff for me definitely are a little easier than our chickens. So
the rabbits are cleaner too. You don't have to wear a mask when you clean their face.
yeah, the rabbits, the chickens, you have to wear the mask and stuff when you go in to clean that. I mean, we do anyways, just because all the dust and stuff, and it's not good to breathe that in. So the mask, and then it's really hard to breathe in it. But the rabbits, you don't have to wear the mask or anything like that. So trying to keep up with the comments here, guys, so bear with me. What's the difference between wild rabbit and tame rabbits? So wild rabbits are going to be a little bit tougher. They're a little smaller, so there's not as much meat on them. They're going to taste different. Obviously, they're going to taste a little bit gamier because they are wild. Whereas your domesticated rabbits that we raise, they're a lot larger in size. So when we butcher ours, we butcher around 12 to 12. I say 12 weeks, but it's usually somewhere between that 12 and 14 week mark. But when we butcher, they're right around 3 pounds. So whereas a wild rabbit, you're probably going to be maybe going to get around 2 pounds if you're lucky. On a wild rabbit, they're just a lot smaller.
The meat's more tender too.
There's Krubby the Beagle this morning. Good morning. Chicken, ducks, turkeys don't have rabbits yet. If you don't have rabbits yet, I suggest getting some rabbits. I like the rabbit. Obviously, if you watch my other video, like Cody was talking about, I like the rabbits. They kind of give you a buck teeth. So you can go check that out. But be careful how much you're eating. Gather together, Homestead. Will this be your regular live time? Yes, Jesse. We're going to try to keep our Wednesday mornings at 9. We kind of kicked it around doing a evening live, maybe on like a Thursday evening or something after the kids go to bed. That way we don't have to rush them off. But just to kind of cater to a few other channels that aren't able to get on in the mornings. But we're still kicking that around. But if we do that, it'll probably be like a Thursday evening around 9:30. But this is our regular morning time. It's Wednesday mornings at 9 Central. Yeah, chickens are nasty, Charity says. Chickens are pretty nasty. They don't keep their area very clean. At least the rabbit pens are nice and clean, and they don't dirty them up too bad. All the manure and stuff falls through the bottom of the pen, and it's easy to clean up with a scoop shovel, and it's great for your garden. So we put it directly on our garden. We use it when we plant our plants. We put a little bit in each hole, along with the eggshells from the chickens. So we did a quick little shorts video on the eggshells the other day. We put 75 eggs in our freeze dryer and freeze dried a bunch of them. But all those eggshells, we actually will put those in the oven, bake them to get them dried out, and then we will crush those all up and blend them. And Charity says, "Have you heard our rabbit name?" Or that's you, Charity.
Well,
have you heard our rabbit? Okay.
What are their names? Go ahead.
They do have rabbit names, but they're very, very generic. So we have a black rabbit, and its name is Black Rabbit. And then we have a white one, a New Zealand white one that's just White Rabbit. And then we have one that's kind of brown, white, gray, a little bit, multicolored. It is our Easter Bunny. And then another one that's gray, white, and black. That is Baby. And the reason Baby is named that is because when Jessica brought her home, I wasn't expecting another rabbit, but she brought this thing home, and you can hold it upside down in your hands just like a baby, and it just lays there and lets you pet on it, and it's just like a big baby. So, and then we have 2 bucks. So we've got one that's named Peter because he looks like Peter Rabbit off of the movie, and then another one that we just named Mr. Buck. So that is our rabbit names. Good morning, Heather Lynn, Garden to Table. I'm glad Jessica's keeping up with the comments over here. So
Why doesn't someone jump on and tell us what you're raising and on your homestead? You got to click on the.
I got to click down there
spot
first to. I'm gonna try to throw this link up there again. So if any of y'all want to jump on and tell us what you've got on your homestead, and if you're raising rabbits, how you're doing it. I know you can raise rabbits in a colony or in cages. We obviously raise ours in cages, mainly because the colonies and stuff, Jessica's uncle raises them, and he's got his in a colony style, and they did have a little bout with some ear mites and stuff like that, which you can get a little bit more of those kinds of problems when you have them on the ground. So we do keep ours up in the cages and stuff, and we haven't had any issues with it. So Chris and Larry says they raise quail. Yeah, I saw that. You guys raise a lot of quail. I watched one of their videos the other day, and they butcher like 1,000 quail in the I think it was in the summertime, they said, but they're feeding a big family with that. So give your channel some support, Krubby. Multi-Hunter 247, subscribe to Krubby the Beagle. So yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to any of these channels, go ahead, go over, give them a like. Jesse over at Lazy Days Ahead's posting links. I think Chuck's throwing up links for everybody. So we really appreciate that. Are rabbits good for a 4.5-year-old to take care of? I would say yes. I mean, rabbits we have a 6-year-old, soon to be 7. He doesn't actually take care of the rabbits because it's not his. We don't have that chore for him to do. But if he were to go out there with us for a few mornings and stuff, it's not hard to do. So we feed them every morning. We give our rabbits, if they don't have babies, we give each of our rabbits about a cup of food a day. And then we change out their water every day. So it's not hard to do. So I would say a 4.5-year-old could probably do it if you showed them a few times and kind of walked them through it. And it's not a hard chore to do as long as the cages and stuff are low enough that they can reach in there. So our 6-year-old, that's probably the only reason he's not part of that chore is because our cages are too high off the ground for him. Quail's like eating a chicken nugget. It is like eating a chicken nugget, Jesse, but quail is really good. I like some quail, and I'm kind of with Chris and Larry when it comes to the quail and stuff. When we were kids and stuff, and we would shoot some quail and eat them. We wouldn't skin out the whole thing and pluck it or whatnot. We'd just take the breast out and wrap them up in some bacon or something and grill them or whatnot. So. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, hit that like button. It really helps our channel out. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate all you guys anyways. If you haven't noticed, we did get over our 500 mark. I think we're around 515 subscribers now. So super, 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 super happy with that. We really appreciate you guys supporting us. We haven't got the community tab yet. I think somebody said it takes about a week for that to actually show up. So we're waiting on that, and we're definitely going to push some of you guys out there. All you guys that's really helped us out and pushed our channel. We really appreciate that. So Chris and Larry, yeah, quail are fast growing. So I think it's 6 weeks, and then it's butcher on quail. My brother-in-law raises them. So that's the only reason I know a little bit about the quail, that and watching, Living Traditions Homestead down out of Ava, Missouri. He raises a lot of quail too. So Danny says she's never had quail. It's really, really good.
Hey, somebody said that they have a food forest.
Food forest.
I mean, I can assume off the name what that is, but I would love to hear some detailed explanation of what's in that.
So whoever it was that said they have a food forest, I'm going to throw our link up here again. If you want to come on and kind of explain what that is. And
it was Spring Meadow Farm and Garden.
So I think it was, Jessica says it was Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. If you're still in here, if you want to jump on the link there and come up and kind of let everybody know what that is and what's in it, what they could do with it, that'd be great. We'd love to have you on. Bare bones living, bacon wrapped anything. Yes. Bacon wrapped anything is delicious, Jesse. I assume it's you, Jesse, on here this morning. I don't see Lisa a ton on the lives and stuff when you're moderating, or if you're on there with somebody, usually it's you. So Backlash says have to be 500 plus for 24 hours. Then 1 week later you get your tab. And say we've been definitely this is like the third day we've been over 500. So we're probably just waiting on that week timeline there to get that to happen. Charity says I have a community tab but always forget to use it.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Charity.
Read what Dean Family Acres said.
Where we found quail to go cannibal very quick.
That's crazy.
There's Chuck. See if we can pull him up.
Hey.
I don't know why it's not showing.
I don't know why I can't see you.
Oh, man, you missing out. You are missing out. I'm looking good today.
I was gonna say Jessica's got her phone here now, so I can look at you there. I see you fixing your Chuck. You got more of that than I do.
Well, I do. My goodness. Hey, I'll tell you what you do. You get you an egg, a raw egg, and you mash it and you rub it all on top of your head like that. And man, you'll have hair growing out everywhere. And I want Jessica to film that too.
Be like a little chia pet.
So we are trying to get Jessica to film me yesterday. I planted a bunch of fruit trees.
Don't give it away. We can still do it.
But she didn't do it. We'll have to see if we can put that together for you guys.
Yeah, like a chia, what'd she say? Like a chia pet?
Yeah, like a chia pet. Jesse won't believe me when I say I planted the fruit trees. It was Jesse. It was Jessica. Don't worry, Jesse. She did it all.
Hey, you was talking about that food forest, Zany May, Spring Meadow Farm and Garden.
Uh-huh.
I think she's probably, when I was in the other, I had to run and take care of some stuff outside, but I come back in, I heard something about a food forest, and I think it's probably Spring Meadow. And and gardening.
Yeah, they are the ones that set it. I don't know if they're still in here this morning or not, though. So
let's see.
I've seen other people's videos where they planted a food forest and stuff, and basically it's just everything in their yard, everything anywhere is just edible or something for the animals or something. So
right, you plant a lot of fruit trees and maybe nut trees or whatever, and then you plant up under it with of course I think a lot of them use like chop and drop, like comfrey and some canna lilies and things like that.
Yeah, she says she cleared a bunch of wooded area, planted fruit trees, and then perennials and veggies.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a pretty good concept. And what I like about it is if enough of your yard is like that, you don't have to mow it.
You don't have to know it.
Jesse says, "Yeah, right. Glenn does work around the farm?" ? That's an oxymoron.
Hey, that's a good thing though, because if Jesse's picking on you, then he likes you, and so he must love me because he gets me all the time.
Charity, we'll see you. She says her kids are acting crazy. So
I don't believe that.
Your grandkids don't act crazy, do they, Chuck?
I don't believe that at all. She's a line right here in front of everybody. Can't believe that. Hey, look,
Cody wants to know when your catfish video is going to drop.
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't even put it together. I'll put it together, and if I look at it and I think it's drop worthy, then I'll drop it. But I don't know. I was sitting there and I got thinking, my lives, I want people to come up. I want to introduce new people to to the others in the chat. And
yeah,
and I was sitting there and I'm like, I want everybody to get up there and show themselves, because I'm a little bit reserved to put myself or promote myself, I guess, if that makes sense, unless I'm going for 500.
Yeah. It can be awkward for sure, but it's super nice when you got other people in here, and I like when people come up on the stream with me, because I like visiting. I like people to get to know you and see you, and it's just nice. So it helps out.
Well, look, I'm going to hop down. I just want to hop up on here and speak to you, tell you hello, and
well, we appreciate it. Good morning. I hope your trip was good.
Oh, it was great. It's great. So. Let me see if I can figure out how to get out of here, and I think I know how.
I say, if not, I can kick you out, Chuck.
Just go ahead and boot me.
We'll see you, Chuck.
Give me the boot.
All right, Chuck. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. Yeah, Jesse, Chuck is on his way to 500. I think this morning when I looked at it, he was like 472, I think, 473. So if y'all haven't subscribed to Chuck, go over, check him out. Check out his Mater Gravy video. Give it a like, comment on it, so your subscription doesn't get removed. So.
Did you see Apple Tree Urban Homestead says?
I didn't even see them come in. I apologize.
She says, where is it? Okay, for the rest of the month, I will be planting one thing a day. That's awesome idea.
Now, is that for your food forest? Is that what you're talking about?
That's a different one.
I know. I'm wondering if she's starting the food forest.
Gotcha. Oh, Chuck's up to 472.
Yeah, I say Chuck's getting up there. I think he's 28 away from 500. So y'all can go check him out and help his channel out. As soon as I get my community tab, Chuck, you're going to be the first one I throw up there. So Chuck was one of the first channels that we kind of came across and really appreciated it. Like I said in the live the other day, Chuck offered me one of his live spots, but we opted to go with Wednesday. He offered to go every other Tuesday morning, but we selfishly had to decline because we like watching Chuck's live streams. So yeah, if anybody else has any questions on the rabbits, the chickens, We have yet to butcher chickens. I've got 6 roosters out there that I need to butcher, but haven't done it yet. Just not looking forward to the butchering of the chickens yet. I'm not going to pluck these because I don't have a plucker, so I will be just skinning these out, and they'll just be skinless chickens when I get them done. But that's the plan with those. It's crazy how things go up and down with the number of subscriber growth. Yeah, the subscribers and stuff, according to a lot of the other people that I've watched and stuff, like being on there with Mr. Boots and Bounty with Steven over there and a few others, if you don't go and subscribe to the channel and watch some videos and comment on them, YouTube will usually remove you within 24 to 48 hours, I think. I've actually had to go back and resubscribe to some channels that I have watched videos. I've had to go back and resubscribe and watch some videos and comment again because YouTube removed me for some reason. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but yeah, it's crazy how they'll just go and remove subscribers from you. So Chris and Larry says we skin our chickens too. Yeah, plucking's not a whole lot of fun. And to be honest, the only time we really use like the skin on the chicken is if I'm doing barbecue chicken on the grill. So most of the other time we're eating boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So we'll probably end up just doing that too. Julia Wolf says, where did it go? There it is. How much do you charge per pound of ground rabbit? We have not done ground rabbit and sold it yet, but if we sell like our butchered rabbits from the homestead here or something, we do. It's usually about $15 a rabbit. That's a butchered rabbit. Now, if you go online, you're going to spend anywhere from $27 to $45 for a butchered rabbit online, but we just do about 15, and then we sell more live rabbits than we do butchered rabbits. We sell a lot of breeding trios to people that want to get into raising rabbits.
That's how we got Brooke.
Oh yeah, that's how we got our first goat that we actually got on the farm. We traded the lady 5 butchered rabbits for a goat that we have out here, one of our male goats. He's a wether, and he was a bottle goat at the time, so we actually traded 5 butchered rabbits for him. So Cody says I have to go back and resub a good amount of channels lately, even though he did. I thought he was saying he had to go. I've been stuck at 250 for a month, is what Bare Bones Living says.
We need to get her on a live.
I say you're welcome to hop on here if you want and visit with us. Post that. I thought I hit that link in there earlier, but I must have not hit send. So averaging 30 to 50 subs a month the last month. It's been just under 100. That's awesome. Dean Family Acres is definitely racking up some subscriptions there. So some subscribers. Danny Day says she'll make sure her's stuck with Amanda over at Bare Bones Living.
So we probably ought to check too.
Say we'll have to go back and look again too and make sure ours is there. It's crazy how they just remove you. So, but I did throw that link back up there again. If anybody wants to jump on here and visit, so Spring Meadow Farm and Garden, have a great day. I understand you got to get back to work, so we appreciate you coming in. We'll have to see if we can visit with you or check out some of your videos on your food forest that you've got. So
I gotta see that.
Chuck says he hopes to have Amanda on his when she's able.
So he's gonna beat us to the punch. Man.
No, she's in I think Chicago right now, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica says she thinks you were getting ready to move to Tennessee. So that'll be a big change. Tennessee's beautiful. We love it out there. Let's go on the subs. Growing like crazy now. Can't get over 450. So Yeah, Cody, we kind of hung out there for a little bit in a couple of spots, but man, these lives, jumping in these lives and stuff and interacting with people, that's what's really helped us the most. We have a giveaway that we're doing in
2 days.
2 days. Yeah, today's the 13th. So we're giving away a package here in a couple of days that we posted. We ran it on Facebook, but it's got one of these hats and then some jams and some seed packs and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't been to our channel and subscribed, go check that out, subscribe and comment giveaway, or even if you are subscribed, comment giveaway on one of our videos and you guys will be entered in that also. Chris and Larry says, we stopped raising rabbits because the girls were too attached. It can be tough. You know, it is easy because they are cute little furry critters and it's easy to get attached to them. And even though I don't get too attached to the rabbits, it's still not an easy thing to go out and dispatch them and to be able to process them. But I just have to look at it as it's food for my family, and that's why we have them. So they're not pets for us. So now the ones the breeders that we have, our does and our bucks, I most likely will not butcher them because you do kind of get attached to the ones that you keep. Jesse says, giveaway, 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 giveaway. It's funny. Blenda is okay with me butchering. She just doesn't want to see it. Yeah, the butchering and stuff, it's not necessarily, oh, I got couple people in here wanting to come up. Sorry about that. I didn't even see you guys down there. I'm going to pull up Dean Family Acres here, and then Barebone Amanda, I will pull you up here in just a minute. So
You'll see it on yours in just a second. Should be up there. There you go.
there he is. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. And I apologize if I don't know your name. I know the channel. What is your
my name's
name?
Matt.
Matt. Okay, Matt with Dean Family Acres. So, how are you this morning? Looks like you're driving.
Yeah, I'm in the car.
Okay.
So not currently driving. I parked.
I got
Better be safe than
on Danny's yesterday, and I was driving. So,
Yeah, you got to be careful about that. I know that when I went down to Shane at Kinfolk Family Farm in Georgia, he jumped on a live right after I left, and I was like, man, you couldn't wait till I got home.
yeah, that's it. I was on the gravel road, so I wasn't too worried. I was only driving about 25 mile an hour. So on the gravel, I'm usually all right. There's not too many vehicles, but I got off there before I jumped on the highway for sure. So
That's right. Yeah. Well, you were talking about subscriber help and stuff. I know that we found that trying to do collaborative things with other channels has helped a lot. And
oh yeah,
helps build your motivation too in regards to continually working through it.
for sure. No, it's, Chuck had us on his live. That was because we tried to do a couple of lives before, and when one person shows up or none, it can be pretty awkward. So it was kind of a confidence booster when Chuck, pulled us up on his, and we got to visit with him. And we were on there for an hour with Chuck, a little over an hour, and it just went so quick and easy. And then once people actually kind of got to put a face with who we were, it seems like our live, when we did our first one last Wednesday morning, it went really well. When, people just kind of really got to see who we were and put a face with it. So there was several that jumped on. And it's like this morning, there's been, 15 to 20 people in here the whole time, which is super awesome. MB Heritage Farms just come in there. So I apologize if I didn't see you earlier. Thanks for jumping in there. But yeah, these collaboratives with other channels, it really helps a lot. So
Yeah, we haven't tackled trying to go live on our own yet. Maybe one day. It makes me a little bit nervous.
well, it made us really nervous too. Jessica, she didn't want to do it. It kind of took the wind out of her sails. She didn't want to go live anymore after the first couple. She was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Just she just didn't like it. But now I think she's okay with it. Now that there's actually people in here, and they just go so much easier when you got people interacting with you and everything. So, but no, if you decide to go live, we'll definitely be watching for it. You know, we usually get all the notifications, most of them. So we'll jump on there for sure.
No, that sounds good, man. I want to plug one thing. If anybody's planting tomatoes, we're doing a tomato growing challenge for largest tomatoes. So love to have as many channels as possible participate.
That's cool. Give
Yeah,
us the
I saw that video the other day. You did that last year too, right?
Yeah, we did. And we probably had about 5 or 6 channels participate last year. This year, I'm hoping that we can probably get 10, 20 plus. It just makes it a lot more fun when a lot more channels are participating. And biggest things, just, shoot a video before June 1st and upload it and just tag, DFA Tomato Challenge. And
yeah, for sure. We may have to try that. I don't know how big ours will get, but I might have to go buy a different plant.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. It's just a matter of doing it together and everybody kind of commenting on what you're doing, what works, what doesn't. And, everybody's environment's different too. Last year we had a really hard time with blight. Like, we tried a couple different varieties and, man, it was horrible. I had a tomato probably that big, but most of them just didn't put on very many tomatoes at all.
So is it just like, I got it way over here. Is it just your largest tomato, or it's not like tomatoes overall?
Yeah, no, just largest tomato. Okay. And just measuring, kind of all the way around it, and then the weight. Just a video of you planting, and then a video of you picking and measuring and weighing it.
Well, we totally won't win because most of ours are Romas, but we'll compete in that challenge and put you entry video, tag you with it, you said?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just before June 1st. And if anybody's already planted, I know there's a guy local to me that he was trying to protect his in this last couple frosts that we've had here in upstate South Carolina. And we haven't planted our summer or late spring stuff yet because of that. And I think he planted his like a month ago. He was like, it's too late. I was like, man, just go out there and record a video. Like, if it's obviously at your house.
Yeah, most of our stuff's still in the greenhouse right now. It's still, we got 30 degrees coming in tonight, so we can't put anything outside yet. We got to get our cabbage in the ground though.
Yeah, what zone are y'all?
6A.
We're in zone 6A.
Okay. Yeah, we're 8A. We used to be 7B, I guess, until the last when they changed everything. So we're kind of right on the border of that. And it's crazy the big difference in regards to just weather and what everybody deals with, that kind of thing. And that's kind of why we put a later deadline. And then just got to pick it by October 1st.
Okay, by October 1st. So it's got to be planted by June 1st.
Yep. Planted by June 1st. And I mean, even if that's too early for some folks, depending on where they are, I mean, just shoot a video. It can be in the greenhouse. Listen, this is our tomato plant. We're planting in the next whatever. We're not going to be picky. It's all for fun.
Jessica's writing it down, so she's planning on doing it.
Awesome. We'd love to see it. And feel free to plug in anybody else. Like I said, I think it would be good to get a lot of people participating. We did an okra growing challenge 2 years ago, the week everything got shut down at COVID, and some of us got sent home from work and everything. And we had 10-foot tall okra, and then pretty decent sized pods. And
that's a big okra.
Yeah, we have a water source heat pump, and it's an open loop. So basically, it pumps water out of our well, and then circulates through, and then dumps out. And there's a valve that we can either make it dump in the woods, or we can make it basically water wherever in our yard where we've got pipes run to. So we've been trying to expand that some. And that year we used it a lot just because I was at home. And the water's warmer too, and okra just loves the heat. And they took off. It was crazy. We actually won the challenge, but the family who did it never posted who won. I was like, come on.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Somebody else, I think Apple Tree over at Homestead, asked if anybody was interested in doing a video on why you grow your own produce. let them know, and when you have it uploaded, she'll add it to their channel, their playlist on their channel. So Apple Tree Urban Homestead, they're the ones in Australia.
Cool.
So, well, I appreciate you coming on for sure. It's glad to, I've watched, like I said, I've watched your videos, but it's nice to kind of visit face to face when I'm getting to actually visit with you a little bit versus watching the videos. So
That's right.
I like the live streams a little better than I do just videos. So
yeah, it's hard to keep up with everybody's videos even when you want to. You know, you just only so much time. You got to do your own stuff too.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Well, sounds good, man. I'm gonna jump off of here. Appreciate it.
Sounds good. I'm gonna pull Amanda up here. So it was nice talking to you. You have a good one.
You too. All right.
Jesse, you just like giving me a hard time. He posted earlier that he only likes watching because if he says the only reason I watch is Jessica. If I get to see Glenn, I may have to go rearrange my sock drawer.
You got Amanda?
Yep, she's coming up here. I'm trying to pull her in.
Hello.
I can hear you. There she is. Good morning.
Hi. Say
So
hi.
you got a little one.
Who is this? I got 3 little ones. I just got one on my lap right now.
So when are you guys? You're planning to move to Tennessee? Is that what your plans are?
Yeah, that is the
Hi.
plan. We're hoping to move this year.
Okay. Well, that'll be a big change for sure from Chicago to Tennessee.
It would, yes, it definitely will be a big change, but we're ready for it.
I bet. Are you guys on some acreage there in Chicago at all, or?
No, we are most definitely in suburbia, and we just have a normal suburban yard.
Okay.
But we make the most of it.
Well, that's what you got to do. You know, it's like Danny was saying yesterday. She didn't know if she was a homesteader because she was renting her place, and if you're growing your own stuff and doing those kinds of things, then you're a homesteader.
Yeah, I agree.
I told her, I said, just go watch Chuck's video on Am I a Homesteader? She'll get a good laugh, and she'll realize that she is.
Right, exactly.
So, but Jessica, did you have something? Did you want to talk to her at all?
Oh,
Visit
am I
with her
allowed?
about her goat soaps? And
Am I
are you
allowed?
I didn't want to be accused of taking over the live again. I just was going to be that creepy voice in the background, you know. I didn't want to be accused.
Bless you.
So I was watching some of your videos. Obviously, you do goat soap as well. Do you do goat?
I don't do goat soap. I've never made any kind of milk soap. That's something that I have on my to-do list.
You do your own soap then. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Okay.
Yeah, not with milk. That's
Yeah, you
that's
said
on my
goat.
future to-do list.
any drone listing here this morning? Good morning.
So what else do you make? I saw you have like a little greenhouse going in your backyard that you could easily move.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, like on Roots and Refuge, she just got like that little greenhouse. We had already had that the previous year or 2 years before. And we just had to get a new one because we had a tornado last year that destroyed it.
Nice.
Yeah, that was our only casualty of our tornado last year, thank God. But so I make the soaps and I make lip balms and I make a calendula salve and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I make and sell vanilla extract and things like that. But then I try to grow all of our own vegetables, and we got some berry bushes, and
Now,
we got
what
chickens.
is about them bushes when you move? Can you gonna dig them up and take them?
Yeah, you just need to dig up one cane and it'll just replicate. It's great. Raspberries are super easy to transplant because they just are so prolific. You put in one cane and in a couple of years you'll have a whole grove of them.
That's good to know. We just planted.
Jesse's such a turd. The live watch count just went up since Jessica came on. He says, "Yeah, I see a pattern."
And then I
Pretty
grow
yeah.
blueberries in containers because my soil here is not good for blueberries.
And that works? That's successful?
Dean
Yeah,
family-
I mean, like they're not huge blueberry plants, but we harvest blueberries from them every year, so I'm cool with that. Some blueberries is better than no blueberries, right?
That's right, especially when you can move it. I'm sure everybody on here probably heard our live last time, but we were talking about how we had 5 fruit trees that we had to leave at our place, and I'm sure that we should have taken them, but somebody.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, it's really sad when you establish all these great things and then you have to leave.
Yeah,
I
just
started a
planted
big
9 for
pollinator
her
garden
yesterday.
last year, and I absolutely loved it. And now I'm gonna have to start a new one, but I'm gonna take cuttings of each one of those things. Like I just planted comfrey last year that I was really excited about. And I'm like, well, I got to take a piece of this. And
I think I just
my
dig it up
husband's
and
gonna
put new
kill
dirt
me
in.
for
I don't
my
even think
plants.
I'd take a piece. I'd like have a hole to get it out of there.
Well, yeah, but you only need to take a little chunk, so I can leave some of it here for whoever buys the house, and then I just need a little bit because it'll just grow from there.
You're a lot more kind than me. I would be like, I'll take the big plant and leave them the
Hey,
cutting.
baby, I gotta get your brother.
So, Dean Family Acre says Texas Prepper 2 is a great channel for growing
She's got a baby
blackberries.
crying. Do you need to go?
I just gotta pick him up.
And say, I can hear you on our computer, but your face is on my phone, so it's delayed. So I can't see what's live on the actual computer. I don't know why the StreamYard is like pulling people
It's
up.
delayed or something.
It's weird. So in a minute, I might see the baby.
Yeah, he's in here now.
Danny says Glenn isn't old.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure my husband's gonna die with how many live plants I'm gonna be making him move.
You're gonna need like your own specific trailer just for
live potted plants. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I'm not missing out on a season's worth of growing.
Hey, I don't blame you.
And I'm not leaving my coveted plants.
Now,
It's hard on me.
babies aren't allowed on the live stream. My wife would still have another one. So none of that.
I get a little bit of a baby fever going, and it's bad. And right now, it's at a low. It's okay, but about a month ago, it was really high.
It was raging, huh?
Yeah, like so high that we almost decided. Like I had him talked into it, but then we were like, well, maybe we shouldn't. We have 3 beautiful boys already.
Chuck says he babied a blueberry bush over the winter and then ran it over with a lawnmower.
Oh,
Oh. It might still come back.
That's
If
not
the
good
roots
at
are
all.
still in there, if there's something left, it might still come back. Have faith.
It might come back next year. The roots are there, that's for sure. So you have your things that you grow. Oh, you do I don't know how you say this. I'm sure I pronounce it wrong. The Azure Standard, you do that, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we've been doing that for 2 years now or 3 years now. I can't remember.
So you guys obviously you've been doing it for 2 years. You like using them.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, you got to get used to you put something in it and then it's available. And then later they tell you, just kidding, it's not coming.
Yep.
So that's kind of frustrating sometimes. And when I saw yours and you got that flour, I had just gotten mine and I was supposed to get like a 50-pound bag of flour. And last minute they were like, oh, nope, sorry. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I think it would be a really tough program to use as your like regular food, without going to the grocery store. Like if that was your main grocery haul, I think it would be tough just because if it's something that you need each month and then they may or may not have it, especially since it's growing in popularity. The only thing we've used it for is to stock. So like we stocked obviously a bunch of everything to make bread. So all of our flour, salt, sugar, yeast, all of that. And then I got like 100 pounds of oats and we did wheat berries. But if they didn't have it, it wasn't going to be like detrimental. I just wanted to store it.
Yeah, that's why I've learned to kind of order 2 of things or order double of what I think I'm going to need
Yes.
so that if the following month it's not available, I still have 1 extra on hand.
That's my legs and like that.
That's kind of what I've resorted to because I'm trying to actually do most of my grocery shopping from Azure so that I don't have to go to the store because I have little ones and don't really want to deal with that. And I just find better products. So I'm trying to do that, but it's just resulted in me having to buy bigger quantities. But we don't really have, like when I buy like a big quantity of milk, I have to freeze it, and we only have 1 freezer.
Yes.
Or 1 additional freezer, but that's like for our meat. So it's been kind of over the winter it was really nice because I live in Chicago, so my garage was my second freezer. But now that it's getting warmer,
You had a walk-in freezer.
right? Yeah, but now my husband's like, stop buying because our second freezer is no more.
Well, and the trouble too is if you're doing anything like the rest of the US and like stocking, moving that stockpile is awful.
Danny says, just ignore me. That's fine. Team win.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You're fine. If you
Gotta
need to
do the
go,
baby
you
jump
can walk here anytime and don't feel like you're stuck. We need to get a we really will get an evening live stream set up. We have 3 boys and kind of a busy lifestyle, and so when I think something's gonna happen, it doesn't always happen.
All right, guys. Sorry, I think I'm gonna have to get off here and feed the little one.
Talk to you later.
Thanks.
See ya. Jesse just really enjoys giving me a hard time on here. So guys, we just posted that link again. If anybody else wants to jump on, come on up, introduce yourselves, visit a little bit. Wait till them boys get to be teenagers. You'll need a bunch of freezers.
No, I hope. They don't eat much.
I say right now they don't eat a whole lot. Our middle one actually eats more than anything. Wyatt, he's our eater, but Hunter, he likes to snack and pick, and Easton, it's chicken nuggets. So that kid, Nutri-Grain bars, chicken nuggets, and French fries. That's pretty much his diet right there. So looks like Krubby went and subscribed to Bare Bones. So yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed to Amanda over there, go check her channel out. Looks like they're going to be having some big changes here soon in the future, near future. So Dean Family Acres says 4 kids, 3 teens. Crazy differences. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So if anybody else wants to jump on, feel free. If anybody else has any questions on the rabbits or the chickens, anything like that, definitely throw them up there. And if not, Nutri-Grain bars, chicken nuggets, and French fries. Breakfast of champions. Yeah, that's pretty much his diet, Chuck. It's Nutri-Grain bars and squeezies for breakfast. Usually, he'll eat yogurt and bananas, strawberries, but for lunch every day, Jessica has to pack his lunch for school every day because peanut butter and jelly is it. And then it's chicken nuggets almost every night for the kid. He just doesn't
Or cheese pizza.
Yeah, or cheese pizza. He'll eat that. So he just doesn't eat a whole lot. But what do you do with all those lucky rabbits' feet? Coyotes, Jesse, the coyotes. So we don't tan the hides or anything right now. I don't have time to do all that with work and everything around the homestead. I don't have the time to do that. Look at Jessica trying to steal the show again.
I want to know. I got my office
Scoot your
work
chair over
done.
here closer. So now we might be able to keep Jesse's attention in here now.
No, stop it.
Got Jessica on here. So.
I had to get office work done. So YouTube is fun, and sharing our journey and meeting new people is a lot of fun. But the roofing business is what pays the bills. So I can't let my office work just pile up and focus on YouTube as much as I enjoy it. We enjoy the roofing business as well. God has really blessed us with some consistent work lately, and we're really appreciative of it. The tanning the hides is what I was going to talk about. So Nick had posted how his son and our oldest son, Hunter,
Homestead, where you are. Good morning.
have got to be like cut from the same cloth because they're so much alike. And then Hunter, our son, is very disappointed when he said, well, where is Nick's kid at? I think his name's Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
He said, well, where's Caleb? And I said, well, he's in Arizona. And Hunter just was like, oh, man, because they talked about how they like to do the survival type stuff. And he mentioned how his son likes to tan hides. And I think Hunter's eyes just lit up big time. It's like, oh, that's a good idea. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hunter figures out how to tan the rabbit hides. Because he talked about how
So it's not hard to do. It's having the time to do it. That's the big thing for me is I just don't have the time. So I've got 4 rabbits out there right now that need butchered, and I haven't even found the time to really get them butchered yet. And like I said, I've got 6 roosters out there that need butchered, and time is one of those things that there's just not enough of in the day. So Danny says she has an office administration and technology degree. Well, if you was closer, we could put you to work.
rabbit skins are so thin. So are they not easy to tan? I know a lot of people will save the rabbit hides and the pelts and the rabbit feet, but we just haven't done any of that.
Jesse says, really love the misters you added to your greenhouse, Glenn. And I know you did most of that work with proper supervision from Jessica and Pops.
If you watched our video, like I said, I was the architect. He was the contractor. So I came up with the genius plan.
She came up with the equipment, not a plan. She just had the hose and the product to put in, but definitely not a plan. So when we got it kind of figured out, it ended up working really well.
Mom's gonna be mad at me.
You don't have your cup. I don't know if your mom's still in here this morning. I haven't
She
seen
might
her.
rewatch it.
I haven't seen her say anything lately.
I already used the cup and it had
No, those
water.
misters work really well, Jesse. I'm super happy with them. It's so much easier. It saves us from having to water twice a day. And with all the plants we have, I mean, there's probably close to 400 plants in the greenhouse right now. And it took us an hour to water each time. So the misters, I can turn those misters on for 5 minutes and everything's watered. So it's just super, super easy and saves us so much time on a chore that we don't have to do now. So works out really well. Yeah, Cody, rabbit skins, they are thin, especially when we butcher them at like 12 weeks. They're super thin. You almost don't even need a knife to skin them out. So I'm sure you've probably tanned 1 or 2 in your day.
We kind of have really been learning how to use everything as much as we can. Like we put a whole bunch of bananas in the freeze jar. I need to check that. They should be done. We put a whole bunch of bananas in the freeze jar the other day. And the first time I pitched the banana peels, which is now a no-no. So I shoved them all in a gallon-sized jar, filled it with water, let it soak for, supposed to be 24 hours, but in reality, mine was 48 hours because that's my life. And once they soaked, I reserved the water. I'm going to water the fruit trees with it. And then I pulled the banana peels out and they went to the compost pile. So we're just trying to learn how to use everything because we're finding that there's so many uses for so many great things like the dandelions. It just blew my mind when I opened that book and the first thing was about dandelions. So these little weeds that we consider a weed, like God's speckled these all around the world and they just grow like crazy and they have so many health benefits. And all these years we've spent so much time and money trying to get rid of them.
Trying to kill them. And
now I drove past a yard down the road the other day that if they didn't have a dog, I would be knocking on their door like the really weird neighbor. and saying, "Can I come cut all your dandelions?" Because it is just loaded, which most people would just, grown it that terrible, run over with weeds, but so much health benefit. So we're just trying to use everything. And if we can use the hide, that'd be great. Oh, look, there you go.
Yeah, Dean Family
The
Acres.
mod father wants in.
Oh, there's Jesse. You have to put your phone up there so I
Yeah,
can see
I
him.
hate that that's doing that. We always have to have something technically
I don't know
wrong.
why it's doing that because last time we didn't have that.
Yeah, it was
problem.
totally fine. It's really weird.
Do I just click
Fight,
on my
fight, fight.
Fight. That's so bizarre. Because see, on the phone, it's not showed up yet.
So
Nobody up there.
it takes a second for you to pop up on the phone, but how's Jesse this morning?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just had to get on here to clear my name.
Uh-oh.
I love you, Glenn. I love you a lot, but I love Jessica more.
It's easy to love her more.
Oh, trust me, it has nothing to do with anything else other than I love her more than you because she does all the work around the farm. She's the brains of the operation.
She does.
She's the brains of the operations, and you just have to admit it.
She stays very busy, that's for sure. I would say she is the brains of the operation. I am definitely I can't even say I'm the muscle or the back, but she pulls her weight, that's for sure. So
another thing is, you see this hat? Have you ever heard of those folks?
What's it say?
Mapleberry Farm?
No.
Oh, so they're in Canada. So they do mapleberry trees, or they have mapleberry plants or whatever they did make mapleberry out of, and they also do maple syrup and that kind of stuff. But they sent me this hat. But the reason I'm wearing this hat is because I don't have a gathered together hat. I'm just saying that's why I'm wearing this hat right here.
Well, that's why you commented giveaway 8 times.
But I wanted to make sure you didn't miss it, because Jessica wasn't there. I wanted to make sure you didn't miss it. If Jessica was there, I would have just put it once. Because I knew it would get caught. Hey, no, by the way, I love the way you did your misters. That was a great idea. And also, you can also put that on a timer, on a faucet timer, excuse me. And it come on for however long you want it. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it takes. And then you don't have to worry about it.
The only downside to the timer right now currently is our well pump on our well is not working. So I've got to get the well fixed so that my hydrants that are on the other side of the driveway will work down by the chicken coop, because that's closer to my greenhouse. But right now we have one hydrant, water hydrant, that runs on city water. So it's up by my shop, so I have to run the garden hose across the driveway, and I don't want to run over the garden hose all the time. So we have to, we drag it out there, hook it up real quick to the mister system, let it run, and then we roll it back up, so we ain't running it over.
So look to your left. Glenn, look to your left.
Uh-huh.
Look to your left and tell Jessica what you need done, and it'll get done.
Actually, I think my dad has volunteered himself to climb down into the well and get that pump out, which needs to happen. We have water, so it hasn't been top of the priority list, but I also want to see if I can get, how like on a sprayer hose, you can have those little jugs, and so then you can fill it with whatever, and it will send whatever fertilizer you're putting in there into your plant. I want to see if I can do that for my misting system too.
Yeah, kind of like a fertilizer jug when you add it at the end.
Yeah, she wants to feed her banana water through the garden hose through the mister system to water all the plants.
Yeah, we really, really, really like the freeze-dried bananas, and there's a lot of banana peels from it. So if I can feed it to him, especially now that I'm going to be involved in this Dean Family Acres tomato growing contest, I don't need nobody tell my secret. That might be the secret sauce for the tomatoes. My tomatoes may just be huge.
He already knows. He said you can actually soak your banana peels longer.
Don't tell anybody. I learned it from one of you guys, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I heard you guys have a freeze dryer, right?
Yep.
Well, I've been playing the lottery every week to see if I can get me one.
Hey, what you got to do is you got to buy horses, horse tack, and a horse trailer. And then when you sell all of that, you have the money to go.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, we got rid of hay burners and stuff that we'd already had, and
I'm sorry,
it was costing us $400 to $500 a month.
My horses.
So it was easy to afford it once it was gone.
Fight.
My horses are not hay burners.
There were some tears shed, and it was sad around here for a time when the horses left. So we enjoyed them.
We're missing some of these. Hold on here. This says
eggshells for tomatoes. We do have eggshells. We actually ground up probably close to 10 dozen eggshells last night and put them all in our little containers. So we'll actually put a little scoop of that in there with our tomato plants and stuff when we plant those, along with some rabbit manure.
They're just full of calcium. And then one says on here, Apple Tree Urban Homestead says, what do the banana peels do? So this is where I am not good at regurgitating.
Aren't the
I'm
banana
not
peels
sciencey.
high in potassium?
This is what I'm going to say because I can't go wrong here. They are full of nutrients. So when you soak them in water, essentially supposed to pull out the nutrients, and then it's just a good fertilizer for your plants. Do you know anything about this, Jesse?
Yeah, they're very appealing.
Huh? They're
very appealing.
That's why we do it. It's appealing.
Dean Family Acres might be able to chime in on that since it sounds like they've done it before.
Yeah.
But to me, I would think that they'd be high in potassium just because bananas are high in potassium when you eat them. So I would think the peels would add a lot of potassium and stuff to that.
I think Chuck was also saying Lazy Dog Farm has a system, I guess, for how they use their banana peels.
I'll have to check that out then.
Check that out. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out for sure.
I didn't know if he was giving cracking a joke about you calling it Lazy Dog Farm, or if it was.
No, he wouldn't crack like that because he knows I'd crack back.
Jokes, y'all full of jokes. We'll give it a go. Yeah.
So you eat a lot of dried banana chips, or I would think dehydrated would be good enough. But if you freeze dry,
no. There is no comparison, in my opinion, between a freeze-dried banana and a dehydrated banana. The dehydrated, a freeze-dried banana is your banana chips. They've got that hard crunch. Freeze-dried bananas, feel like it's the most closely related to what are those?
Like your Lucky Charms
marshmallow, but flavored banana. I honestly like it better than a fresh banana.
So you don't have to rehydrate them then, do you? You just eat them just like that?
Heck yeah,
you can eat them like that. You can rehydrate them if you want, but I'm looking forward to making my own mountain house meals for when I go out to Colorado elk hunting. I want to make my own mountain house meals out of them, like my breakfast, and put them in with my oatmeal and some freeze dried berries, and then just add hot water to it. And
have you tried adding your bananas into cereal? Do they just puff right back up?
We haven't. From what I understand, it takes a little bit of time for them to rehydrate. I know we tried to do it. We went and put some of the strawberries that we freeze dried into a thing of water, and it was taking some time for them to rehydrate and soak that water up. But we like them just freeze dried.
Yeah, they're tasty.
Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard, word on the street is that you're not really a freeze dry. Is it a dehydrator? No, freeze dry. You're not really a freeze dryer unless you've done Skittles. If you haven't done Skittles, you're not a freeze dryer.
Jesse, I thought we were friends. Okay.
That's word on the street, Jessica. I'm not.
On the street. I am standing my ground because I was at Shields yesterday. They're selling freeze dried freaking Skittles in a bag, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, we tried them at one of our local fairs around here, and they were pretty good.
Better than a regular Skittle?
Yeah, way better because they were freeze dried. They just had that pop, snap, crackle.
Are you kidding me?
Like a Rice Krispie. I'm not kidding.
Kristen Larry says yes, Skittles and gummy bears.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
You got me at gummy bears. That's my favorite.
I'll do it. But the deal was the freeze dryer, everything on our homestead has a purpose.
Right.
And so the freeze dryer was to put away food that will be here for a long time. So if there's massive food shortages and I'm hungry, I'm not going to be looking for Skittles and gummy bears. I'm going to be wanting the eggs, the bananas, the fruit, the meat, the vegetables, the milk. But now I've got some stock.
But if we have a SHTF situation, you're not gonna have no candy in the house. You're gonna wish, oh, I wish I'd have freeze dried some Skittles.
No, listen.
It's the ice cream, Jesse.
Everybody
I gotta
else-
have ice cream.
Everybody else has the candy, and they're going to want to barter with me for the crap that actually feeds you.
Yeah. You got any bananas?
Yeah. I got raw goat's milk, raw eggs,
So
bananas.
Dean Family Acres earlier when we were talking about the bananas,
Black
he says
forest
it's high
bananas.
in K.
That's potassium.
So potassium.
Potassium, yeah.
So that's what they're high in. We have not done the apples yet. Our trees last year did not produce at all. I really don't want to buy a whole bunch of stuff to freeze dry. I'd rather use stuff that we get off our homestead here. But obviously bananas we don't get, so we do have to buy those. But Lord willing, we'll actually get some fruit off our trees this year. We've got 2 plum trees and 2 apple trees and a nectarine tree that should hopefully produce some fruit this year for us, and we're looking forward to freeze drying a lot of that stuff. So
So, Jesse, have you had any cooked rabbit?
Have I had any cooked rabbit?
Yeah.
I've had rabbit, but not lately. I had a friend of mine who I used to work with who raised rabbits, and Glenn's correct. It tastes just like chicken to me. I mean, whether it's white meat or dark meat, it tastes like chicken. And I guess it all depends on how you cook it. You said you put it in a pressure canner or what do you call those things?
Instapot.
Right, Instapot. So we have one of those too, and I've never tried an Instapot, but it sounds like it would be really, really good, especially if you do all your seasoning, the potatoes and the carrots and whatever you want to put in with it. I mean,
do it like a roast.
Like a roast, and the chicken's already tender, so it would be outstanding. So if I know somebody that sells rabbits, I'd get some, but I don't know anybody who has rabbits. So I mean, around here,
We sell it. We just don't ship it.
right?
You have to come up here and get it.
Now, yeah. So we have Lisa's been busy canning her tail off. I must have about 200 jars of stuff that she's done just this year, and then
Oh wow!
and then she's got freeze dryer. A dehydrator. So she's been dehydrating. And one thing she does is she dehydrates the tomatoes, or some tomatoes, and and the skins, and she'll dehydrate all the skins of the tomatoes, and then she'll make them into powder. So I guess you can add the tomato skin as powder for soups and whatever else you're making. And then
I didn't do that last year, but she likes doing that. You guys like using that tomato powder?
well, Lisa's this is the first year she's done it, so we don't know if it's going to be something we like or not. She's going to try it. She's read about
Tell her
it.
to try it out sooner rather than later. Save me the time and effort. If she hates it, maybe I'll hate it too.
I think we're gonna try to freeze dry like diced tomatoes and stuff like that too, and just see if they'll work out diced. Then that'll help us from having to can a lot of them.
I think it pretty much will be like a tomato powder, like he's talking about. I think.
Not if you rehydrate it, reconstitute.
Oh yeah, okay, right here. So here's the where's the camera? So this is the dried tomato flakes. So it was either that or throw the skins away, and I don't have a compost pile or anything. I'm just like bare bones. We live in a suburban house. We have a regular front yard, regular backyard, so we don't have a lot of space, but it seems to work okay. And then here
in a minute we'll see what you're showing.
here's
So
the dried tomatoes.
We don't see it yet. It'll be a minute. We'll get there.
Say on our screen where we can see, you're just now grabbing them. So now we can see your skins.
Okay.
Oh, there's a delay.
It'll be back. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, she's been busy canning and dehydrating for some time now. So we have the canner, the dehydrator, or the canners, the dehydrator, and then we have a food saver, so she vacuum packs a lot of stuff. I vacuum pack a lot of the meat. We do. Well, she's also canned a lot of ground beef.
Really?
And that came out excellent. And it'll last you 5-10 years, whatever. They say they don't recommend more than a year, but we watched one video where it said it'll last up to 15 years if the seal's not broken, right? If you break obviously you break the seal, then it's no good. But
now Leanne's not in here to spoil that right there, because she knows all these rules
she's up on them. She's Miss USDA.
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
Yeah, she knows that, and that's where Lisa got her inspiration to start canning was from Leanne, and then also the 1870s Homestead.
1870s Homestead.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen
Rachel
that.
over at 1870s, and one other one you might want to look at is Mouse Toes. If there's anybody that's more USDA than Leanne, it's Linda at Mouse Toes. I don't think it's Homestead; it's just Mouse Toes.
I saw her on Leanne's live, and she's the one that's got me all worried about people seeing my kitchen, because she was talking about how she watches some YouTubers in their kitchen be really dirty, and she says, "Man, I'd like if they just cut me loose with some Comet." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I hope." And then of course I do my goat video, and we walk in there to strain the milk, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm busted." My sink's full of dishes.
But
you can use the tomato skins as a powder. The powder is a thickener like tomato paste. I'd seen that on somebody else's deal, and I didn't want to say it because I didn't know if I was correct.
Yeah, so this is our first year to do this. This is our first year to do this, so we'll let you know how it comes out. But yeah, either that or throw the skins away, and we didn't want to do that. So kind of like them banana peels.
It's neat when you figure out how many things that we're just throwing away or zapping with killer that we could be using.
Yeah,
it's cool.
That, and even if you didn't dehydrate them and stuff, the chickens like them. So
yeah.
Now you'll love the 1870s Homestead if you like canning. She has got some wonderful canning videos in there.
I'll definitely check it out. I love learning what everyone's doing.
Now, have you heard that you can can butter?
No.
Yes, you can can butter, and it'll last you for years. Unrefrigerated.
Jessica's been making ricotta cheese here recently. We get a gallon of goat's milk a day. If Pathways is on here, they say a half a gallon. They watched one of my videos the other day. So, but yeah, we get about a gallon of goat's milk a day from the 2 goats we have, and we had like 5 gallons of milk in the fridge. So she went yesterday and made, what'd you say, 6 pounds of ricotta cheese out of 3 gallons of milk yesterday.
It's supposed to be 6 pounds. I really don't know if I'm doing it all the way correct. Like, I'm getting ricotta cheese, no doubt, but my whey that's left over is still pretty milky. So I don't know if I could run it through another cycle or just use it to make mozzarella or what. But we're doing lasagna on Sunday, so we'll use all of our.
With all that ricotta cheese, you ought to have lasagna every other day.
Well, my thought was whatever we don't use, we'll put in the freezer. And then I also made it's linguine noodles with the ricotta, minced garlic, and Parmesan cheese.
Wow.
And then lemon, like a squeeze of a lemon. I think I did a whole lemon juice. And it was just a real nice, quick, light dish. Not light, like Weight Watchers light. Like, it was full of cheese and carbs, but it wasn't like a real hearty meal. It was just kind of a light taste. It was good.
Glenn, you got yourself a keeper there, boy.
I do. She likes to do all these little things, and it's nice because she figures out things to do with all the stuff we have around here. So, well,
if I don't, I get griped at every time he opens the fridge and there's nowhere to put anything because I've got 5,000 gallons of milk.
5-6 gallons of milk in there, and we got no room. It's like we got to do something with some milk, or give it away, give it to the dogs, cats. I don't know, but we got to move some milk.
Give it away now.
So, Glenn, I'll tell you like my dad tells me every time I complain. You wanted to get married.
He loves me most of the time.
You wanted to get married.
99% of the time, she's a keeper.
I guarantee if you'd have stayed single, that refrigerator would be bone dry.
It wouldn't be filled with the good stuff that it's filled with. I'd have a bunch of crap food in it that's not good for me and everything else. So
Julia Wolf says, "Can you dehydrate? Dehydrate what? The butter, the
milk,
cheese, the milk. What do we?"
Cody says he's going to have to go eat an early lunch after all the food talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, you can dehydrate butter. That's our next project. We're gonna dehydrate, but can butter. We're gonna can butter next. So
now you can milk supposedly, but then if depending on who you're talking to, it says that you can't.
It's not USDA approved.
Can you make goat's milk into powdered milk?
Okay.
We have.
So can you dehydrate the milk? I do not know if you can dehydrate the milk.
Sure you can.
You can. Well, I'm not gonna make something up here. So I don't know. You can definitely freeze dry the milk. So the only trouble I have found on freeze drying the milk is that it takes so long to put the milk. I can get a gallon in at a time. And so then I freeze the trays.
A little over a gallon.
Yeah, a little over a half a gallon.
Half a gallon.
A little over a gallon can go in the freezer. Then I put it in the freeze dryer, and I think it takes around 24 hours. And we've got to figure that out too.
The milk's somewhere around 24 to 30 hours, somewhere in there. But
it makes the powder.
So what if you got your milk and put them in those little bitty ice trays, made little ice cubes, freeze them first, and then put them in the freeze dryer?
You can do that. We just freeze it completely in the tray. So like we have a stand-up freezer that my dad has out in our shop. We just set the trays in there, dump it from there, and freeze it. And then the freeze and dry time on the freeze dryer is less when we do it that way. But our freeze dryer, we just press go and it does what it needs and tells us when it's done. But a lot of the freeze drying videos we've seen, people will say it took this long to freeze, this long to dry. So I don't know if ours is over drying. Like maybe we could get away with doing it less time because like our bananas in there right now will be 48 hours, but they weren't pre-froze. So
can you melt butter and make shelf-stable ghee?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that. That is definitely above my fake it till you make it lifestyle here. I don't know that one. We don't, only butter we have here is we buy butter. So goat's milk does not, depending on what kind of goat you have, our goats do not have a high butter fat. So
Amanda says, yes, you can.
There you go. Somebody knows. That's the beauty of this. So I've not made my own butter. So I haven't really experimented at all with butter other than buying it at the store. But Jesse says you can can it. I know that. I wonder.
And I'll send you a video on that.
Yeah, I would love it. And once we get that darn community tab here in a few days, we will.
Yeah, congratulations, by the way, 500. Wow, you got that pretty quick.
Well, not by anything we did. I'm telling you, it's this community that is
but the last 100 seems like forever. I know it seemed like forever for me. But yeah, you got the last 50 or 60 quick.
I was totally expecting to wake up the next morning because we went to bed. It was like 5:03, and I was totally expecting to wake up and have them all, like 10 or 15 of them gone, and woke up to like 511. So,
well, I think it's because people did what you said. They go in there and they watch a video and leave a comment, a substantial comment, not a little thumbs up, but like hey, that was a great video. Enjoyed the trip or whatever it was, and that helps. The algorithm, that helps YouTube understand that that's a real person and not some kind of a robot.
Absolutely. And once we learn that, I make sure, like, even if I'm in the lives, I can actually drop the live to the bottom of the screen, and then I can go and search somebody else's channel and pull it up, and then I'll like it. I'll go and subscribe to their channel, but that way my search bar has it in there for me, and then I'll go back and make sure I watch everything and you know, comment on a couple of their videos. That way, at least there's one or two videos that I've watched and commented on, so it usually doesn't kick me off.
So I was going to show you something, Jessica. If you have your phone, you have YouTube, because he's watching StreamYard right now. But if you got YouTube on your phone,
yeah.
if you go up to the top of the chat, because I know Glenn was looking for somebody earlier. Go to the top of the chat, you'll see where it says live chat and top chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
To the right of that, you'll see 3 little dots.
Click on what?
To the right of the live chat, you'll see 3 little dots, far right.
On ours?
On the YouTube stream, live stream, the comments. Up at the top, it says live chat.
Yeah.
I don't.
See, I don't have.
We don't have the 3 little dots
On YouTube. On right down where the comments start, to the right of the word top chat.
I don't even think I can get it. Or
Nah,
the
it's
light.
too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright.
It doesn't
I don't
have it. It says live chat, top chat, and it's got like a little person there, and then it says 16, but there's no dots.
Oh, so you're not on a computer, you're not on a laptop.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That's on our phone.
Yeah, let's see if I can see it from my phone here. There's so anyway, if you're on your laptop, on the top of the stream on YouTube, you'll see 3 little dots, and on those 3, once you click those 3 little dots, it'll give you a choice of participants, toggle the timestamp, or send feedback. If you click on participants, that gives you a list of everybody who's in your chat at once.
Oh, I can check that on my computer.
As opposed to going through your phone saying, well, who all's here, who all's here, who all's here. If they're active, they'll be on that participants list.
Huh? She's gonna check it on her computer real
That's
quick.
good
She
to
can
know.
jump on that one, but
And it's good to know. So when you're going through, when you start, you can say, well, hello, Bare Bones. Hello, Krubby. Hello, Dean. Hello, Homestead, where you are. Hello, Julia. Hello. You got everybody all in one without having to do all the scrolling.
yeah, that'd be super helpful for sure.
Yeah.
Because you do come across them multiple times. Little Homestead by the Beach says you began 2 months ago and already at 500. It was really slow starting out at first, and even in the middle there, it slowed down quite a bit to a point to where it got pretty slow, and then we ended up when we were at 300 subscribers is when we did our giveaway. But honestly, these chats and stuff, when we get in these live streams with people, that's been the biggest deal for us for getting subscribers and people to watch our channel, is by us getting in here, visiting and going and watching their content and stuff. That's where we usually get most of our subscribers, is by going and watching their stuff, and they've seen us in another live chat. So, but
Yeah,
these help
tremendously.
tremendously.
Yeah, that's the game changer, because they can put a face with a name or a face with a person, and
Absolutely.
and it gives them, I don't know, that's how I came across you and Jessica. I see you guys in a live, and I said, oh, it sound like a pretty cool couple. I'm gonna go check them out, and it stuck. So it's because we saw you on a live.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was on Chuck and Belinda's.
I think that's where we saw you first. Was you were moderating for Chuck and Belinda on there, and that's where we first met you guys.
And the only reason I mod for him is because he pays me a lot of money, and I really enjoy that. But
he probably you get $1 for every link you drop on his channel.
He gives me $1 for every link that I drop.
Man, I don't get that yet, and I've been he just made us a moderator, and I dropped several links for him the other day. When's the check show up?
Time out. You need to see the IOU that he has. The IOU is it's in the billions.
Wow, Chris and Larry Homestead says, be consistent. We have been really pushing our channel for 2.5 years and have 7,700 subscribers. Oh my gosh,
they're up there.
That is a lot.
And once you get up in the higher subscriber numbers and stuff, it's like a lot of times when people are just searching like a Homestead channel, or they search for something on YouTube, your stuff's going to be one of the things that kind of pops up too. Even if they're not subscribed to you, your stuff will start showing up a little bit more frequent.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I say we're not anywhere near 7,700. So We are no expert on any of this, but for us, what got us rolling in the beginning was we pushed it on Facebook. And so we did some Facebook ads, like paid ads, and we didn't spend a lot of money. We just did small ones to kind of get our name out there, our logo out there, our channel out there, our Facebook page.
But we only did that for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was
and then
real
we
quick.
dropped that.
Just to get us starting. And then we started meeting people and just fell in love with the community of it.
But if you had somebody, for example, like Chris and Larry Homestead, who has 7,000 subs, if they were to put your channel on their community page and share your on their community, you would get a lot of return on that. I mean, somebody like myself, or even Chuck, who we're a little over 500, and we put you on our community tab, it helps, but it's not going to help near as much as if it would have if Chris and Larry was to announce you on their community page, because
for sure, because
it goes to the masses, right?
Yeah, when you got that many subscribers and stuff, if they were to put it on there or something, it would definitely help a lot, because all those subscribers that are getting notifications they're gonna come across that. So
they put us on their community tab this morning. Thank you so much. And we are so excited to hopefully get our community tab so soon that we want to be able to push everybody else's pages out there and support.
And that's what it's about. It's about helping each other out, whether you're 10,000 sub or even 100. I mean, look at Danny. She just made it over 100. She's ecstatic. I'm happy for Danny.
Yes.
So we were too when we got over 100, and then we hit 200, and it's like, this is great.
Yeah. I mean, that first 100 seemed like forever, and you just waiting and waiting. When she got it, I mean, she was doing the heebie-jeebie on Mr. Boots' live the other day. She was getting it, but no, I was so happy for her to get that.
Even over at Mr. Boots and Bounty, he does the grow deal. He pulls up like the first 15 channels, I think is what it is, that make it into his live stream. He'll pull up their deal and kind of show their page and promote them on there. I always seem to be late to the party on that. I'm usually like the 20th person that shows up, so I just missed the cut, but I'll get in there one of these days.
Thank you, Chris and Larry. And that's helpful. We look forward to be able to do the same thing. I really appreciate it. Julia Wolf says she caught us on Facebook and hopes that we prosper. Thanks. We're enjoying it. We just, I don't know. We're not some big learn how to YouTube channel. We're just videoing what we're doing, and hopefully it will help somebody be able to, learn what works and learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, but you're keeping it real. I mean, you're not trying to put on any facade. You're just showing, hey, this is what we're doing today. If it's milking a cow, if it's working in the garden, or if it's, making something, something else that might help your channel. Glenn, I don't know if I'm the type of person who likes to see DIY or even things being built. If you did a job site video and here's the day in the life of Glenn having to, work on the roofs, and this is how we do our, that kind of stuff interests me. Now,
if I worked on the roof, that'd be different. Maybe I'll video myself measuring a roof and doing stuff like that for you. But
yeah, you may do how you
I don't do the installs anymore, Jesse.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. So you'd have all your other workers in the video, and you just videoing, right? Kind of like you do.
I could video.
Jessica does all the work.
I do some repairs and stuff like that, but the days of me tearing roofs off and putting them on are pretty much gone. My back and stuff can't take it.
Okay, so this one that came in a few minutes ago is Brian's. I'm not even going to pronounce that next word.
Lois Hills Farm or Homestead.
I can't. We're just going to say Brian's Hills Family Homestead. If you want to jump on here and tell me how to pronounce that, I will. Glenn and I are both. I've busted him so many times. We are awful at pronouncing things right. It's just a domestic family bad trait, I guess. We struggle with that. I'm sorry.
Brian L. Homestead.
What?
Brian L. Hills Homestead.
There you go, Brian L. I don't want to butcher somebody's names. Being in the people field, answering phones all the time for our roofing business, I have come to find that some people are very particular that you not only spell their name correctly, but pronounce it correctly. So I don't even attempt anymore. That can be so offensive to people, and I'd rather just say I can't say it. I don't know.
No, you did fine. You did fine.
Your husband said it right.
Yeah, see, I don't always mispronounce stuff.
Oh, I've gotten a heck of a laugh out of him sometimes when he gets on the phone and I'm next to him and he says, "Hi, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so." And I'm like, "Oh, you just butchered that," because I got the beauty of answering the call. So I knew how to pronounce it because they'll say their name and he gets on and like totally butchers it. And it's kind of funny. I don't even try.
Well, I just wanted to jump on, say hello. I know you guys probably have more people who want to get on, so I'll jump off here. But congratulations on,
Jesse.
huh?
Thanks for supporting me.
Yeah, congratulations on the 500, and you did a great job, Jessica, getting your.
One of these days, you'll start supporting me. I'm gonna start my own channel.
Oh, do I get to keep this one?
I probably wouldn't have any
Yeah, if you start your own channel, it'd probably take you a year to get to 100.
So I probably wouldn't have any subscribers over there.
Oh, I'm just joking. I'd follow you.
We mess up a lot on this channel, but that's just how it is. So
yeah. Hey, so what's your next biggest project? Next big project?
Next big project.
Rock.
Yeah, we got a bunch of landscape rock delivered, some Ozark River rock delivered yesterday. That we put a bunch of mulch in the flower beds and stuff because when we bought this place, there was no flower beds.
City girl
and
mistake.
Jessica wanted flowers and all that, which is understandable. So we put mulch in there, and then she let her chickens free range.
Yep.
And they scratched every day. She'd go out there and she'd put it back in, and they would kick it back out. So she pulled the mulch out. She actually did that one. She did all the mulch and pulled it out, and we ordered some 2-inch rock that we're going to put in there now, and hopefully the chickens won't throw that out into the yard. So that is the next big project. So
well,
I tried.
Maybe you need the fence in the yard where they can't get in there.
Well, I like not having all the fences around though. It's tougher to mow and weed eat, and I got enough mowing and weed eating to do as it is.
Right. Well, I can't help you then. You deal with a scratch.
If you want to come up and weed eat for me, Jesse, and mow.
Worst case scenario, we just won't free range the chickens. They have nice sized runs. I just like them. One, I like to see them in the yard. It's enjoyable to me. Two, they are tick eating machines. So I really appreciate that. But if they're going to be eating my flowers, they just aren't going to free range.
Yeah, but aren't you, I don't know if you have aerial predators up there, but aren't you afraid that
we do have aerial predators. We have hawks and stuff. Once all the leaves fell off this past fall, when the leaves fell off the trees, we actually lost 3 or 4 chickens to the hawks, and that's why we stopped free ranging them in the wintertime, was because the hawks could pick them off. They could see them a lot easier. So once the leaves come back on, we can actually free range them a little bit easier, and it's not been too much of an issue. So
yeah, but in the numbers game, you have like what, 50 or 60 chickens now?
Something like that, 50 to 60. Yeah, we can afford to lose a couple, right?
No, I think 60.
It's not.
We have 3 different coops. One is a Rhode Island red coop.
We've got about 50
with about 15 in there. 15 times 3 is 45.
Yeah,
and then we have a barred rock coop and an Easter egger coop. Each of them have around 12 or 13 hens and 2.
But I have 6 roosters too.
They don't count. They're going to camp freezer very soon.
Well, but I wasn't saying it is the numbers thing. I was saying is because if you have 50 chickens, you're really not going to notice one if one's missing, right? Unless you walk out there and you see a whole boatload of feathers somewhere, right? You're not going to notice one missing.
You don't know who we are.
For
See,
the
I
most
count
part,
my
but
chickens when I put them back.
Really? Okay.
yeah, the Rhode Islands, I think we've got 2 roosters in there and 13 hens, and the Easter eggers. I counted the Easter eggers yesterday, and I don't know what's going on, because when I ordered them from Freedom Rangers Hatchery, I ordered 13 hens and 2 roosters. I've got 14 hens in there and 2 roosters. So
I told you
I'm thinking
that
one of them might be
is
a Americana
I knew
hen,
it.
but for some reason it's the same size and looks very similar to these other ones. So I think one of them might actually be an Americana, and I don't know which one it is.
Yeah,
So
it was the one that was kind of dark when you pulled it up. It was kind of dark, right?
Well, we had the Americanas that we had at the time in with them, and this one looks just like a darn Easter egger, but it doesn't have an Easter egger little mohawk. And so I said, Glenn, that's Americana. He said, there's no way, it's too big, because they were a bantam flock that we hatched out. Must be.
it should have been a lot smaller, but it might be an Americana in there with our Easter eggers. So
We also don't free range all 3 flocks of chickens at the same time, because we hatch out eggs, and we have the ability to sell hatching eggs. So we only will free range 1 flock at a time. So it's, you're counting like 12 or 15. I don't count them as often, but
now do those Easter eggers know that Easter's coming up this Sunday?
yeah, they're really excited.
they've been laying like crazy for Easter for us.
They've already filled my Easter basket.
Do they even hide the eggs for you?
No.
No, the Cadbury bunny does that.
Okay. Yep. So that'd be a good name for your rabbits when you get them. They're all Cadburys.
Yeah. Well, the goal was we bred our rabbits so that they would be ready to go for Easter, because we were going to sell them.
Chuck says, I'm thinking of putting Brenda the rooster out of the coop. He's trying my last nerve.
That's funny. Chuck, do I have a hen named after me yet? Glenn said I didn't. Maybe
it'll be a rooster.
No, it better be a hen. Anyway, it looks like we've got some more lined up to get in here. Thank you so much, Jesse, for jumping
All right.
with us.
Thank you so much, you guys.
We appreciate you modding for us too. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to learn how to do that so I can help other people out. That'll be on my to-do list.
Okay. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
See you, Jesse. Thanks.
Oh, I got to go this way. See ya.
Good morning.
Good
Hey,
morning.
how are ya?
I'm good. I just wanted to say, you guys, I am so thrilled to have found your channel.
Well,
And I wanted to throw out there, like I said, I put it on my community page. We added a link to our main page of Friends of YouTube to try and get you guys boosted up to your 1,000 mark, because you guys are doing amazing work.
thank you. We're trying.
We really, so, this is just us. You see what you get what you see. So
That's where we started too. We nothing's fake. I mean, the other day I got kicked in the face by a goat on video while we were ball banning. I've dropped eggs while I'm putting them in the incubator, and we use those videos still because that's real life. And that's the big, just stay consistent with what you guys are doing and posting online, because that'll definitely help get those
Amanda
numbers
said the
way
inside
up.
of an Americana egg is also blue as well as the outside. That's one way to tell.
Interesting. So you
For sure.
post your funny. We've had some videos where Glenn likes to do his little goofy intro. He'll be like, "Good morning, YouTube," and be all silly. And I went ahead and posted it, and he goes, "Did you post that?" I did. That's you. It's just love us or leave us. I don't know.
My little dance
Exactly.
intros are flapping my wings at the rooster.
We do all of that too, and all of our kids are involved. So we have 8 kids and 3 have spouses. So we have videos with all of them. The other day Grayson was sitting with me and I'm sitting videoing, and she's like, "Are you videoing yet, Mom?" I left that because it was just the cutest thing, because she wants to be involved, but she was just like waiting all patiently, and then realized that the camera was already on. So we do all of that kind of stuff, and the funny dances and the dirt in the faces. And like I said, I was kicked by a goat last week while ball banding. So I'm like, "Oh, he kicked me." Like, we gotta move. And the kids are like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, are you okay?" Yeah, it happens when you're doing that. So it's real life. So yeah,
It is. And that was my struggle. I think when we I've lived so much of my life like making sure my house is picked up and before anybody comes over, and now it's like I'm too busy for that. I just can't do it. And so when we were filming the goat video and we come in to strain the milk, I was like, "Oh man." But I'm like, you know what? this is it. This is us. My kitchen sink is used 24/7. It was full.
Absolutely.
So it is
My
what it is.
kitchen sink is right now also.
No, you said you have your kids involved. And that
Yes.
was one of the things that right before we kind of like really started getting a subscriber count going, some friends of ours had mentioned how they had seen on some other channels that were pretty large about how like they don't post their kids on it, and they've had people who like literally try and like show up at their house because they're so well known. Have you had any kind of issues with having your kids on there or concerns?
Yes and no. 3 of my children are adopted through foster care. So we were very cautious at first when we started doing those videos. Biodad of one of ours was in prison for a while, and the biodad of another lived local. So we did have to really have that issue. I actually blocked one of the biodads off of our YouTube channel because he was posting nasty remarks. It happens. We live on 6 acres, so we've got quite a bit of land. My parents actually live next door to us in the same on the same farm. So the kids know if there's a strange car in the driveway that they're not allowed to go down, and our entire property is fenced all the way around. So there's a distance between, the base and where the house and the animals and stuff are. So they do know that. But for safety wise, we live in a small town. If someone really wants to talk to me, the chief of police, here's a friend of mine. They're more than welcome to come over and visit with chief and, on our property and have a little discussion. But otherwise, I haven't had a lot of people have issues. Like I said, we get our kids involved because this is real life for us. And we do video.
See, our kids are overly involved.
Mm-hmm.
We have a delay. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Chuck says he had a pie hole.
Too funny.
We haven't had our kids super involved just because most of the time when we're filming, we're trying to do whatever we're doing while they're at school. Try to be pretty intentional with when they get home, giving them more of my focus. Just because getting our homestead started over this last year has been very busy, and even then trying to give them my focus. A lot of times when they get home, I'm still making bread, or like last night making cheese, or running to practice. So usually our big filming time is when they're at school, but I do want them involved. They seem to kind of be starting now that they see that we're still sticking with it. They're kind of interested. I know my oldest would love to have some spot on the channel of something to do with blowing stuff up or guns. So I don't know.
And that's okay. My kids are homeschooled, so they're here all the time with us. My husband works out of the house, but so Larry's actually a technology director for a school district, and our kids are all home. So we do a lot at home without Larry. But he's home on the weekends. He has a 4-day-a-week schedule. So he's home Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So any of our filming that we do on the weekends, he's part of and getting out there and doing. But our kids, we use our farm as part of our homeschool. I mean,
sure,
birthing animals is science. I mean, every day of the week. So and as you can see, I'm being photobombed. Which direction there? Over here. There's a cat photobombing. He keeps looking up at the camera. So yeah, we definitely, we utilize the fact that the kids are learning and put that in our videos. I mean, sure. We don't go to the grocery store for 4 or 5 months out of the year. So we grow everything here between our milk and our meat and our vegetables. So we video all of that.
Absolutely. And, before we started really getting into the homesteading, like before we moved here, I can't tell you how many homestead channels that I just looked for, like a day in the life. Like, what does this look like? What are you doing? Because at the time we were homeschooling for a very short time. So I want to know, like, how do you do this? What does it look like? And we have yet to do like a full on day in the life of our homestead. And I guess I just kind of feel weird doing so much of what I do. Gosh, I feel like I look like a chicken with my head cut off, but I love that you post that stuff because I looked at that stuff a lot.
And we haven't done one of those in about 6 months or so. We probably should do that again now that gardens are coming back up and, you know, baby animals are being born and all that. But, you know, somebody asked me one time, when it comes to the kids, you know, how do we do differences between, you know, school and farm and their regular chores, and how do they get to socialize and all that? And I always look at people and I said, you know, when COVID hit, my family didn't change anything.
Right.
Nothing was different for us. We still got up and did our schoolwork. The animals are fed before we have breakfast. That's the deal in our house. So if kids are hungry, oh, well, animals get fed first, you know, and then we get on our schoolwork and they still get to play their video games and see their friends.
Yeah.
Now my kids are all older too. My youngest is 11,
Okay.
and they go up to 24. So we've got quite the crew here. My 3 adult children actually live on their own local, but they come back and help with all sorts of other things. My oldest daughter actually started a reptile rescue after being around all the animals all of her life. She decided that's what she wanted to do.
That's
and she's
awesome.
a school teacher on top of it. So, and was homeschooled her whole life and became a school teacher.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. So, you know, bring your kids into it. You know, if you have any issues with security or things like that, you know, video cameras at your house work great. You know, I know Daniel Arms from Arms Family Homestead, they put in, you know, electronic gates and things like that to keep everything very, you know, protected. He was also a police officer for many years. So
Yeah.
that was a big deal for him.
Yeah, a lot of goats.
Yeah. Yeah. He's awesome. He's a good guy. They're a good family. DJ and him are a really good family. So just know, you know, keep your eyes open, obviously, you know, for issues. If anybody makes nasty remarks about my kids on any of the videos, those immediately get removed.
Right.
I tend not to remove comments most of the time. And we've had some, like I said, I have bio families for 3 of my kids, so I get it. And they don't want to see their kids thriving when they don't have them. And I understand that. I mean, we were a foster family for 8 years. So
That's tough. That is definitely a different situation for sure.
yes. And so, you know, now, like my youngest daughter, Grayson, she just thrives with everything. And she was adopted through foster care. So her life experiences here have been completely different than what she was used to before.
Sure.
So, and she came to us at 3. So she doesn't really remember a lot of the beginning.
Right.
So that's, I mean, just keep them active. And, you know, when you're editing videos, edit a little bit in and take a lot of the kids' stuff out if you're not comfortable with it. You don't have to show them. I know a mom channel that doesn't show their kids at all.
I've never really struggled with it, but I say that because I haven't dealt with it. If I have people that I didn't ask to come to my home and aren't like my immediate family and friends just showing up because they found us on YouTube, I think at that point I would be a little more nervous about the kids. But the way our property is, like, you'd have to be very intentional to find us. And we do have a gate, and, you know, we can always exercise making sure that that's shut. But, you know, my kids play outside and we're out in the country. Like, they should be able to be free and do that. So if that ever became an issue, I probably just would not have them on there as much. But my oldest is also at kind of that very worried about his image, I guess. Because he's 12. So they're all in. I don't know that he would want to be on our stuff. He would have to do his own.
Yeah. My 16-year-old wants to do his own YouTube channel for video gaming, and I just roll my eyes.
Hunter tried to do that to me. He's like, "Yeah, you can make money at it," and I was like, "You're not doing one playing video games to make money. I don't. If you want to do that when you're out of the house, have at it, but not while you're here.
Learn to plant a garden first.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, like I said, that's kind of a rule in our household. It's, animals are fed, then, schoolwork and our own meals get done and our chores, and then video games come in. So, that's a big deal for us here.
We told the boys, we generally, the house rule at our home is video games are only for the weekends. But we had some family over on Sunday night, which they would have gotten some video game time. And I said, no, we've got people here. You can talk with the people. Then we can do video games tomorrow night on a school night. We'll let you off the hook. And so they get home. Can we do our video games? I said, after soccer, after dinner, and after showers. Then you can do it. Oh, you always say that.
Absolutely.
I'm not the only one with the rules.
No, keep your rules, because that builds better character for the kids. So
yeah,
you guys make sure you stay consistent. We were very shocked when our page started growing incredibly, and it grows by the day now. We watch it. But we do 2 videos a week, 2 regular videos. Sometimes they're only 3 or 4 minutes long, just to have some content. And then we do 3 shorts on the opposite days. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do a 15 to 30 second short about one of the animals on our farm. And then we do the 2 videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then occasionally we have a weekend video if it's not something that's homesteading. If it's something that's, more family oriented, we'll add that on a Saturday.
I love that approach. That's great. I really appreciate the feedback, the instruction, the encouragement.
Oh my gosh. It has been crazy. Like I said, a year ago or 2 years ago is when we really started. We've always had a YouTube channel, but it was a little video to grandma or something like that, for a family member that lived far away. And then we had some school reports. So the kids had videoed, their presentations. Yeah. And so we just started kind of building it from there. And it started out as just a family website, family channel. And my husband's like, well, why are we not utilizing our animals and our farm and everything that you do every day?
Yeah.
So about 2.5 years ago is when we started doing more consistent videos and getting that going. And then last February, we monetized. So we don't make a lot. I can tell you that you do not make a lot of money with that. But it was really good to see those numbers hit where we needed to hit just to get that going. And then the subscribers just went up from there.
That's awesome. And, somebody asked me the other day how much you make at. I'm like, I don't know, because it was never our entire goal to be monetized. We thought it would be, a benefit, but the whole homesteading community is all about encouraging each other.
Absolutely.
And it's just such a wonderful example of the love that Christ wants us to have about building each other up and not puffing ourselves up. So if anything, we're just excited to share what we're learning, share what we've messed up on to save people some grief, and encourage others to be able to provide something for their family.
More mess ups than learned, but
I am with you.
I say we could care less if we ever got monetized. I really enjoy just the homesteading community and just the family that it is. So it's just really encouraging for everybody.
Yeah.
And anything that we get once we got monetized and we have a join and we've got, our Patreon and all that, every penny that we make from that goes right back into our farm.
Right. It's used.
Yeah. And we video that, and we've got extra videos that are for those that have joined in that. And we do that on purpose and say, hey, by the way, you guys bought this to help us with our greenhouse, or help us with our aquaponics or whatever. And, we've made a big deal out of that for anybody who has, donated to our farm.
Yes.
And we love that. And that's, like I said, that's a big deal for us. Being on a very tight budget as it is, and having, as I joke, 4 million children running around my household right now. It is what it is. And you do, but we go back into the community to do other things. Like I'm the dairy goat super for the local county fair. So I go in and I help all the FFA and 4-H kids learn how to show a dairy goat and get them going with that. So we go back into the community, and promote that backwards as well.
It sounds like I need to come check out one of your day in the life video. I think you've definitely got me beat on the things you're knocking out in a day. That is incredible.
Well, I think I definitely need to make a new one then. So that might be on our list for next week's videos to get going. We're behind. I film my videos sometimes only the day before when we, when we load them up. I don't have weeks and weeks out of videos. I will tell you that because we are a real family.
Yes.
So doing real things.
Morning.
So there's, there's all sorts of chat going on. I was seeing what else was on here.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Northeast Journalist just hit 2,000 followers. I just subscribed to them this morning too. So
then,
that's awesome.
Danny Days says this is the longest live she's been in. So we don't usually plan on it going this long, but it's just kept going. So
well, that is awesome. Like I said, you guys keep up the great work. We're, we want to support you guys and get you guys those 1,000 followers and start pushing that, because I know once you hit that, it just starts growing.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it for sure. And I'm looking forward to that day in the life video next week. I'll be watching.
I'll definitely do that this week sometime and get up for next week. But awesome, you guys. Have a great day and, stay blessed and keep up the great work. And we will have to collab sometime.
Yeah, let's do it. Definitely. Sounds good. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it.
No worries. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Unless anybody's ready to jump in, we probably ought to.
I say we probably ought to shut it down for today. I've actually got to get to work and go do something today. So definitely appreciate everybody that was in here this morning. Dean Family Acres says, thanks everyone, about halfway to watch hours and at 800 subs, just under 800 subs. So yeah, everybody go check them out. As soon as we get our community tab, guys, we're gonna start throwing some people stuff out there for sure. So,
and I think our Facebook has a lot of different, total different audience than most of the people that are active on our YouTube channel. So,
I was gonna say we've got 2,600 people following our Facebook page, so we can definitely push it out there too. 2,600
people like our Facebook page, and I don't know that many of those are over here. At least if they are, they're not. I haven't noticed other than the one this morning. So would definitely be excited to push everybody's information out there and just support everybody how we can.
Yep. So thanks again, guys, and we will see you all next Wednesday morning, same time. So see ya.
Bye, guys. Top and red.
Get it to work first.
There you go.